Good morning, wrestling fans. It is finally here. Today is the big night, January 13th, 2024. The return of TNA Wrestling Hard to Kill. Not just that, but we also have New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley, live from San Jose. And AEW Saturday Collision, which will be followed by Battle of the Belts 9. But on this episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans, right now, I am mainly going to focus on the lineup for tonight's TNA Hard to Kill pay-per-view, as we celebrate the return of total non-stop action wrestling to the wrestling world. And getting ready for the return of TNA. Don't know about you. And sorry, as I step outside now, about the wind. Have some snow here in Taylor, Michigan, which I'm sure there are definitely other parts of the country that have quite a bit of snow this weekend as well. So I probably should start talking a little louder, because I know there's one across the street right now, probably quite a few snowblowers that will be out on the way. Like I always say, I'm probably the only podcaster that records a podcast on their iPhone app while walking to work in the morning. Most podcasters are professional and have a professional setup, and they podcast the right way. But let's get into this Saturday morning episode and talk TNA Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. It is back tonight. TNA Hard to Kill will be live on pay-per-view from the Palms Casino and Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like I said, I don't know about anyone else, but I am definitely excited for the return of TNA tonight. And I heard people bring up, and I kind of understand where they're coming from, but they were saying it might be kind of hard to get some people into this pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it because the last couple months or so, Impact has not had any real original programming on Access TV. It's been best of compilations, and a couple of weeks they were from Mexico, showed different things like that. And then the 1 week was they did the one throwback thing at Santino Marella's Battle Arts Academy. But still, even without the original programming to build the storylines and the feuds heading into tonight's pay-per-view, I was actually still pretty excited and looking forward to it tonight. Our lineup, maybe the first couple of these, not sure, but they could possibly be on the pre-show, the countdown to Hard to Kill. And we have Rich Swann taking on Steve Maclin in singles action. one. Big fan of Rich Swann, but in this one I have to say, if I had to make a prediction, I think they're gonna keep going, pushing Steve Macklin, and I see Steve Macklin gaining the year over Rich Swann, and we have tag team action next. Eddie Edwards teaming with the most professional wrestler Brian Myers to take on the team of two TNA originals, Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. And this one, I gotta go with Young and Kazarian. I think the victory's gonna go to Showtime and the Heavy Metal Rebel. Should be really good tag team match though. Like I said, Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian, two TNA originals. Maybe not the very beginning, but pretty close to the very beginning of TNA. They were back at the Asylum days for the Wednesday night pay-per-views. The TNA Digital Championship is on the line. The innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, will be taking on Crazy Steve. This should be a really good one. And not to take anything away from this match, but I have to admit that maybe this feud, I should say, is one that might have been hurt a little bit about TNA not having a presence on TV, where the last time they were on TV, Crazy Steve, this angle with him turning heel and everything, it was very good. And then without TV, or with any new shows, I should say, they couldn't really add to that feud or build it much anymore heading into the pay-per-view. But still, I think these two will be able to pull out a really good match. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Crazy Steve become the new TNA Digital Media Champion. And just to interrupt this preview a little bit, if you follow TNA on all the social media, X, Instagram, Facebook, I saw that, I'm sure you saw that they unveiled new championship belts, new TNA championships, and just wanted to mention that. And this should be a good one right here. The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, taking on Alex Hammerstone. Hammerstone is a guy I've been watching on the indies for quite a while now. I first saw him, I'd say, probably in the promotion Paragon Pro Wrestling, and most recently he has been working for MLW Major League Wrestling. I predict this to be definitely one to watch. This is one you're going to want to see. I gotta go with Josh Alexander as my pick for this one. But I think Hammerstone is definitely going to have an impressive performance against the Walking Weapon tonight. And I think if there's anybody watching who's not too familiar with him, hasn't seen his work on the indies, they're probably going to watch and look at him and say, this guy I need to watch, because this guy has what it takes to be a big star in the business. And once again, I apologize if you hear me crunching on some of the ice and the snow on the sidewalk right now. And we have a Knockouts Ultimate X match to determine the number one contender for the TNA World Knockouts Championship. Giselle Shaw, Zaya Brookside, Jody Threat, Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, and Danny Luna. That should be a wild match. That one's actually kind of tough, but to be honest, if I had to pick, I think I might have to go with the quintessential diva, Giselle Shaw, to win Ultimate X and become the number one contender for the Knockouts Championship. And we're going to have Dirty Dango with Alpha Bravo and Oda Brutus taking on PCO. In case you missed it, PCO was one of the first talents that actually signed a new TNA contract when they switched from Impact Wrestling. So this one should be a really good match. I predict PCO going over. The TNA X Division Championship match is on the line in a three-way match. Chris Sabin, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, defending against El Hijo del Vikingo and Kushida. That one right there could definitely steal the show. That is one you definitely want to see. Match recommendation, whichever you want to call it right there. I gotta go with Chris Sabin, my Michigan guy. I think he's going to retain. And we have the TNA Knockouts Championship up for grabs. The Knockouts Champion Trinity defending against Jordan Grace. There's been a lot of talk, rumors, like Bruce Pritchard would say, rumor and innuendo online about Trinity going back to the WWE. So obviously, if these rumors of a WWE return are true, then I'd expect her to drop the title to Jordan Grace tonight at Hard to Kill. But who knows, if the internet is wrong, if the rumors are wrong, then could possibly see Jordan Grace becoming the new Knockouts champion, or Trinity retaining, I should say. And the main event of Hard to Kill tonight, the TNA World Championship is on the line as Moose cashes in his Beast or Fired contract to face the champion tonight. TNA World Champion Alex Shelley is his first title defense as the actual TNA World Championship, since when he won it, it was still the Impact Wrestling World Championship. And I have to admit, big fan of Alex Shelley, of course. The other half of the Motor City Machine Guns would definitely love to see him retain the championship in his first title defense tonight. But I have to admit, there is part of me that would not be surprised if we see Moose become the new TNA World Champion tonight at Hard to Kill. Hate to go against Alex Shelley, but Moose, he's been on a roll lately. Great worker in the ring, and definitely when in doubt, seeing the new champion at Hard to Kill tonight. But as I always say, what you want and what you think will happen are two different things. So I want I want Alex Shelley to win, retain the title. but I kind of think it'll be Moose winning the title tonight. And that's tonight, TNA Hard to Kill live on pay-per-view. And it's in all the traditional places, regular pay-per-view, Triller, and for the first time it'll be available to order on TNA Plus. And like I said, I really want to try tonight about Hard to Kill, about Collision, Battle of the Bells, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Battle in the Valley, all the huge pro wrestling shows we have tonight. We definitely have a lot. Big night for us pro wrestling fanatics. And thank you for tuning in. And that is all for this Saturday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. And until next time, have a great pro wrestling day.